be spontaneous, right? There are friends and there are people who don't know this, but we don't come to y'all's house and we don't mess y'all's house up.
Okay, that part needs to be cut out.
Right? So
let's
just say it this way. I can stop. Should I stop calling names?
No.
Wait, no. Listen. If you have a closet, Hey guys, my name is Ugo.
And my name is Elizabeth.
And welcome to another episode of the
Youthful Vibes.
So we bring fun and enlightenment to the journey of youth.
Whoop, whoop. If you have not done so already, subscribe.
Click the button to join the family. And this week we're talking about something that's really, really important in relationships, particularly marriage, and that is sexual compatibility or incompatibility. You know, like,
do you mesh?
Do you do that well?
Do you fit?
Do you know?
Oh.
So this year we've been to almost 10 weddings. Almost 10 weddings in 2021. And really, it was all weddings of people that we couldn't say no to. So we really just went on the road and we attended almost 10 weddings, boom, boom, boom. And if you've ever been to a Nigerian wedding, there's a lot of lights, a lot of camera, a lot of celebration. Man, we go all out. We do what we do the most. And, and it's typically a 2 to 3 day event. But we're just thinking to ourselves, we've been married now 6 years. We're going to our 7th year by God's grace in the next few months. And it's been nothing but a journey, very exciting journey, both self-discovery and learning to love somebody else. But we're just thinking about everyone who got married this year and what happens when the lights and the cameras get turned off and real life starts. So I wanted to make a video talking about knocking boots.
Yeah. So if you are unmarried, this video is not for you at this phase of life.
Disclaimer, yes. Mm-hmm.
So turn it off and go find something else to watch on YouTube.
Oh, hey, or you can watch it, but watch it with the hopes of implementing in the future, okay?
Not right now. Or watch another one of our videos and subscribe
while you're watching it.
So how do you know if you are sexually compatible? Do you find out before you get married? Some people would say yes because of that whole you want to test drive a car before you drive it off the dealership.
How do you know you like the car if you don't test drive it?
How do you know how fast it goes from 0 to 100 if you don't put it on the highway? Get behind the wheel.
How do you know how long it lasts? How do you know how do you know long?
No, how do you know how many miles per gallon?
Exactly. How many miles per gallon you get out of the car? All these things people say, and I mean, when you think about it from a logical perspective, you could get where they're coming from, but it's not really practical. It doesn't really apply in the case of marriage. And the truth of the matter really is, whatever sexual experiences you have prior to marriage, especially if you've not been married for a long time and you've not built up your own experiences within your marriage, you would tend to compare whatever sexual experiences you have in your marriage with what you had before getting married. So if they've not put a ring on it and they want to take it for a spin,
you tell them no, no, no. It's important for you to kind of, as gory as it is, share those details with your spouse and don't take your past experiences into your bedroom, because then at the end of the day, it's going to end up affecting your sex life.
Yes, and somebody will end up not being content. It will create a lot of feelings of angst because you feel like, oh, he doesn't, or she's not, yada, yada, yada. But it really becomes easier somewhat if you share as much as is practical. Now, your relationship is not old enough, so you might not really want to share.
Don't be talking about how long it was, what position he had you in, don't no man want to hear that, okay? Like, so, let's be honest.
But at the same time, you have to be able to share some sufficient enough information about your experience so the person knows what they're putting up with and knows what they're living with and knows, what they're working with, essentially.
Yeah, because you don't want to have unmet expectations because you didn't share your expectations.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's talk about how to deal with sexual incompatibility. The assumption in this case is that you got married. Okay, let's just say you got married and stuff is not exactly, you know, bam, wow, right? What do you do then? How do you overcome sexual incompatibility?
First, let us define sexual incompatibility.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So y'all, I had to look this up. It should be like real simple, right? Anyway, sexual incompatibility is basically when your sexual needs do not match those of your partners. Self-explanatory, right? Because we are not all cut from the same cloth. My needs and your needs are not the same thing.
Yes. So, how do you bridge that gap? 3 things we want to talk about. What's the first one, Ben? Hit up.
Talk about it, okay? It's very important for you to open the lines of communication, but you guys already knew that, because if not, you wouldn't have made it into marriage, whether it be your first week or first month.
Yeah, and then when you're talking about it, it's one of the most, from a guy's perspective, it could be one of the most ego depleting conversations ever. You know, because you think you got game, okay? You think you're dropping it, and this is because we have a lot of couple friends, and this is a subject that we're not shy to bring up with couple friends, with people that are married, younger couples, and it's just amazing how we're able to get people to talk about it, even though it's an uncomfortable subject. But man, like when guys feel like they're throwing down, you know, in a marriage and they're making you happy, but you just feel like they're not quite, you know, not quite hitting it. We went on a cruise one time with our couple friends, our more intimate couple friends, who we annually would take some time off to just go out and evaluate our relationships and see how we're doing. So we went on a cruise this time, and one of the exercises that we did on this cruise was rating our sex life. So each couple would rate the other person, and this was just, you know, it was a conversation for each couple. So couples weren't sharing information. So the
not
husband,
that they would want to anyway.
Not that they would want to. Like, well, you're 2. So the guy would, you know, give a number from 0 to 10 of what he felt their sex life was like, and the woman would do the same, and then they'll compare numbers. That was a very eye-opening exercise. That just really shows the extent to which couples could be not fulfilled in a sexual relationship.
Yeah, I know for me, it's something that's like super uncomfortable, because you know, like you grew up in a Christian home, no one's talking to you about sex or anything like that.
Sex
like
is just to have babies.
Like you don't have the talk, you know, so it's like you get into a marriage and like no one has those conversations. So 1, you don't really know what to expect, and then 2, it's like, oh, during counseling, our counselor, like it was like, it's your responsibility to, you know, satisfy your husband in the bed. Like there was no, it's my husband's responsibility to also make sure that I am satisfied. So like, am I allowed to bring that up? Am I allowed to talk about it? But you gotta talk about it.
You gotta talk about it. You gotta start opening the door to those conversations. So that's the first thing I want to suggest that you do is just you're gonna be with this person for a minute. So just let them know, hey, there's a few things that we need to talk about.
That being said, point number 2, you need to make sure that your marital bed, your bedroom, is a no judgment zone, okay? Like it gotta be a safe space for me to come and talk about my wants, my needs, my desires. I mean, your wants, your needs, your desires.
Yeah, it goes both ways, right? She says, I like it like that. You're like, okay, cool. You like it like that, cool. I like it like this. And you can't be saying, ooh, he a pastor. No. No, that when it comes to that, it's a very carnal activity. There's something pastoral about it.
No, it's more animalistic. Love.
So be open to trying new things. Be open to just allow your partner to express their fantasies, because hey, this is your sexual life here we're talking about. So whatever their fantasies are, I love to be whatever. That this has to be safe space enough to allow your partner to let you know their wildest desires, their most, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, animalistic desires. Because if that's how they feel fulfilled, then you have to be able to allow them to express that to you, and you'll be able to also give it to them.
Exactly. So if your partner is sharing with you something that they want, make sure that you're open-minded. Take the time to learn it. But y'all, you guys you gotta be patient, okay? Don't be telling your partner that you want them flipping you upside down and twisting you sideways and then expect that the next day they've got it down pat.
Yeah.
All right? It doesn't happen that way. They
them.
gotta learn how to flip you sideways and make sure that they can hold you upright without dropping you.
Yeah.
You wanna land on your bottom?
Yeah.
I think not.
Yeah. Like, honey, I like to be hung from the ceiling and spun around while you do it to me.
Baby, some people do.
Oh my God.
It gets better with time, okay? Our sex life is amazing. It's just at its starting point. I'm not gonna say.
I'm about to tell y'all, like, almost 7 years in, and we're just starting.
Yeah, honestly.
Honestly.
I know.
Yeah. All right.
They're like, I want it to be fixed now.
Alright, but it does get better with time, which is point number 3. Be spontaneous, right? There are friends and there are people who don't know this, but we don't come to y'all's house and we don't mess y'all's house up.
Okay, that part needs to be cut out.
Alright, so
let's
just say it this way. I can start. Should I start calling names?
No.
Wait, listen. If you have a closet, okay. So the point I'm trying to make here is allow yourself to be spontaneous. Like, don't just. One of the things that brings the joy and excitement in a sexual relationship and in your marriage will be keeping things a little unpredictable. You'll be like, okay, he's about to be home. It's 9 o'clock. He's about to be home. He's gonna, get on, do his thing. Last for a whole 30 seconds. Be happy, go to sleep, and I'm just lay here frustrated. No, that's too predictable, right? Make it spontaneous. Make it fun. Make it unpredictable. Make it adventurous. Do something that you normally wouldn't do. That's the way you would keep. That's one of the ways you would keep the energy and keep the romance and keep the excitement alive.
Research states that infidelity is one of the top 3 causes of divorce. So with that being said, like, keep the spark flying, okay? Because if it's not sparking at home, then you go out in public and some man start bringing you flowers, start licking his lips at you like LL Cool J, and then you be like, ooh, I wish my baby.
Someone needs to buy LL Cool J chapstick. Someone needs to buy him chapstick. That gotta be. He's like, ooh, he's so cute. He's so sexy. He's so.
So he be licking his lips at you like LL Cool J, or he be talking to you in his British accent like Idris Elba, and you just be like, ooh, I wish my baby would do that. Or he just comes and he hugs you and he holds you and it lasts for more than 5 seconds. And what
okay, no, what we're saying, you're done. So essentially what we're saying is you have to not be okay with allowing things to get boring within your sex life and your sexual relationship, because if not, when you get the excitement from a different source, you potentially could open up yourself to temptation, and hence fall for the same statistic of just infidelity pulling marriages apart.
Yes.
So keep things spontaneous, keep things alive, do things that you normally wouldn't do, allow your partner to express themselves and the way they want to be satisfied to you.
Agreed. So in talking about sexual incompatibility, the 3 main points that we're walking away with here today is 1, talk about it, because communication is important, but you already knew that. 2, deem your bedroom a no judgment zone, all right? Lay it all down, lay you down. 3, keep it spontaneous, keep the sparks alive, people, because let me tell you, it only gets better with time.
It gets better
with time.
Yes.
It only gets better.
Within the context of marriage.
It gets better with time.
It gets better with time.
I'm sure there's gotta be a song out there about that. We should drop that. It only gets better with time.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for watching our video. Please don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe. If it's something that was said that you agree with or you don't agree with, let us know. We'd like to hear.
Drop some comments in the comment section.
We'd like to hear. Oh, and also, what has worked for you? Yeah, if you've been married for longer than, I don't know, 5 years or 10 years, what tips do you have? What advice do you have? Let's all just learn from each other. Okay? Take care of you. And if you just got married,
good luck.
Good luck. Good luck out there.
Be patient, okay? For my married brothers and sisters that just got hitched, it's okay It takes time. But let's talk about it.
What takes time?
Sexual compatibility. It doesn't just happen overnight. You said there was nothing on my teeth?
Yeah, but then you got something too. He has a lower part too.
Ah. Ow.
You gotta brush your teeth more often. We have now been married for what?
6 years.
6 years, going to 7 years. Actually, 7 years in a few months. And the first disclaimer that we wanted, all glory to God, because living with this woman is a lot of work. Okay, but
well, thank God we're not sexually incompatible.
Oh yeah, we're talking about sex. No, we're not. Yeah.
Well, cut that out.